guys, I hope you're having a lovely pre-Christmas time, pre-holiday time. I've got some really cute character designs for you fitting the season. They're made up of just a couple of lines so that you can quickly draw them onto any card or present. So let's get started. This is what the three of them look like. I'm going to start with the gingerbread man. So just starting with a round head, leaving the circle open at the end, little lines down for the neck and then the arms. You don't have to be super precious or precise, you're just roughly sketching it in. Now let's move down to the leg, out to the side, and then we're going to take that line all the way up to underneath the armpit, basically, making a little S curve underneath the armpit, and then behind that we're gonna draw the second leg that touches the floor. Now let's go up to the face. Give our little gingerbread man a nice little round nose, smiley face, some eyes, and then we want to give him a little hat of frosting. So just draw some wavy lines around his head, making sure you go past that line that forms the head. Now we're going to add some sprinkles. You can add whatever shape you like. I like the oval shaped ones, and maybe a couple of round ones here. Here we go. Just randomly adding them across the top of his head. Now let's come down, give him little buttons. 3, and the last one we're going to turn a little bit into an oval shape because it's kind of moving over to the side. Now let's add a second line on that side of the leg because our gingerbread man is flat on the side, so he's sort of turning over a little bit and showing us that flat side. Here we go, making look a little more three-dimensional. Now he's holding a candy cane stick in his hand, so just add that. The curved end on one side and then the straight end on the other side, and we want his little hand to fold in so it wraps across the candy cane so we can let go and erase that other bit. Then add the lines, or not, maybe you want dots, anything goes really. I'm going to add the lines here, and then we're going to do a little bit of embellishment. Just I'm adding some wavy lines like this on arms and legs, but if you want to use a different decoration method, maybe add some more sprinkles, go nuts, go ahead, whatever makes you happy. So this is our little gingerbread man. I'm using a fine liner to outline the edges. If you just want to keep it as a pencil drawing and add some color, that is absolutely fine. I'm just using the 0.3 fine liner, getting rid of the lines, and here he is. Next up is our little elf. So next page, and we're gonna start drawing sort of the skeleton of our little elf as he stands there. So that was the spine, the hips, the legs, and the feet. One's pointed outward and the other one kind of forward. And then we'll draw the shoulders. Now one arm is behind his hips or hiding behind his back, and with the other one he's pointing a finger upwards and holding it in front of his mouth to indicate a shushing sound. Our little elf's got some sort of secret. So this is going to be the head on top of the neck. Just be super rough. We're going to get rid of the pencil lines later on anyway. So let's do the most difficult bit, which is the hand with the pointing up finger. So the finger sticking up is straightforward, but then you want to make an arch over to the left, connected all the way over to the right line that we made, and then add 2 more little lines, but they're not quite connected to the line on the right, and then the little pinky finger curling around, so it roughly looks like the shape of a hand. And then the end of the palm comes in towards the wrist here, And that's it. That's all we need. Just a suggestion of that shushing hand. Now let's keep drawing, making the sleeve of his little outfit, the elbow going round and up to the shoulder, tying into what would be the collarbone, and then on the other side as well, drawing the shoulder down, the elbow around, and the hand just goes behind his back. Now the rest of the outfit is just sort of a little jacket that goes out to the side with a little bit of trim at the bottom, just roughly indicating it for now. And then the collar around his neck, just a little bit of frill. And then we're going to add some trim, maybe to the sleeve as well, if you like. If you don't, then you don't have to add it. And down to the legs, trousers are coming down sort of to above his ankles because I want to add some funny socks. So roughly the trouser shape and then the little lines down to his ankles. And I'm going to add some trim as well. I really like that on little elves. So the shoes, we want to do those curly elf shoes with a little bell at the end and pointy end pieces. And I like the socks to be striped, so I'm putting the little stripes on. Now this leg or foot is facing forward, so just sort of make a not a triangle, but a square that's a little wider at the bottom, and on the left there, the little round bit is indicating the bell that's poking out, because we're looking at it from the front. And also the little stripes, and if you like, you can add a little more detail to the trousers, just making them a little more organic instead of having the straight lines. But you can keep the straight lines too if that's something that you like, if you want to have it really simplified. So that's totally cool. Little buttons on his jacket. Here we go. And maybe some folds there in his outfit. Again, only if you like. You can just keep it straight, and some detail here in the folds. Now let's draw a nice and secretive smiling mouth, nice nose, and small little eyes, and indicating the little cheeks that are lifted up, eyebrows. Here we go. Now elves need pointy ears, so on one side let's start making a pointy ear and then a round lower bit connecting it, a pointy bit, and then the round lower bit connecting it a little bit further up in that line. So I hope you can see that. So the ear shape comes across. Now the trim of the elf hat goes across the head, and then the hat that comes down to the side with a little bell at the end, and the folds coming in right past the trim. Okay, a little more fuzzy bits here. Here we go. That's our little elf. Now I'm going to use the fine liner again just to be super crisp around the edges. I really love using the fine liner because then it's like a coloring in template, and you can really play around with all sorts of medium. You could use markers, you could use watercolor, anything really. And here he is, our secretive little elf. Next up, I think the most difficult of the three, our little baby reindeer. We're going to start out with the nose. It's basically sort of a flat round shape, and then around that we're going to draw a heart shape that is round at the bottom. Then two ovals or half ovals above that for the eyes. We're going to draw in the pupils. Here we go. Now you can see the baby reindeer already, can you? Obviously, we need to add some eyelashes because I love eyelashes, and some eyebrows here to make it super expressive. And then we keep going around another half oval around the eyes, and a cute little smiley mouth with some rosy cheeks. And then on we go to the ears. They're kind of like an S shape, and a line down, and then another half circle. This one points up, this one points down. And the half circle, here we go. And then the little reindeer has its reindeer horns. It's really up to you what they're shaped like. I'm just using this super simple shape with like it's actually three fingers sticking up, but you can just make up your own. That's totally fine. Just make sure the bottom is round and it's inside the head. I'm going to add some hair sticking up. Now let's go down to the body. I'm going to give my baby reindeer, because after all it's a baby, some extra warmth. I'm going to give it a little scarf, and it goes down the center here. Let's see how far. I'm going to add some wrinkles here into the knot. Let's see if they work out later. Now this is going to be the one leg, one of the front legs. And I'm going to add some fuzzy bits over the hooves. Here's the hooves. There are almost like two little fingers coming around, and then the other leg coming down, not all the way from the top, but sort of a little further down. But the leg's going to go a little further down than the left one. I hope you can see that. It's just a tick further down. And the fuzzy bits and the hooves. Yeah, I think you can see that for sure. Now we can determine the length of the scarf. I'm going to give it some fringes and some stripes on all of the bits. Here we go. Okay, now all we need is the back bit, the back legs. So it's just an arch and the underside of the hoof. It's like, again, a heart shape without the pointy bit. It's like a rounded heart shape. And then on the other side, another arch. And this time the hoof is poking out to the side, so the leg is visible from the side. So you're making one hoof, and then the other part of the hoof is slightly behind. So over to the other side, we're drawing the back side and the tail. Here we go, coming around, and I like a fuzzy tail. If you want to make a less fuzzy tail, that's totally fine. I'm just going to add some fuzzes. And here we go. That's our little baby reindeer. Again, I'm using the fine liner to get the nice crisp edges. And you want to make sure, if you do use the fine liner, up here, you want to have a look at what overlaps and what doesn't, so you leave out the lines and you can erase them later on. This is the rest, and here it is, our cute little baby reindeer. This is the color version that I created. I used watercolor and pastel crayons. If you want to learn a bit more about working with color, come visit me on Skillshare. If you use the link in the description below, you get 1 month free. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more sketchbook adventures. I hope to see you soon for some more drawing fun. Have a fabulous day. Bye!